What's up guys, it's your boy Abubakar and I'm back with another video. So I'm really excited to bring you guys this video because I think it's a very important topic. I'm very passionate about it, and I think if you take this information properly in the correct context, you can make a lot of good life changes. All right, so we're going to be talking about investment and financial freedom. Now, as somebody who's young and have been through school, high school, I have a lot of problems with the schooling system of the United States because when you go to school, they don't really teach you these things. They don't teach you the important things that we're supposed to learn, such as taxes, such as investment, such as finance. Those are really important topics that they don't teach us. Instead, they want to teach us geometry or trigonometry, and I don't think that's really gonna help you out in life unless you plan on going to college for something that really focuses on math. All right, so about 2 years ago, I started really getting into investments. All right, and it really came out of nowhere. But I started doing some research, and it's all about research in the end. By the way, if you're going to do any sort of investment, make sure you research and you research hard, because that's how people lose money. They get into a stock they don't really know much about, and they just end up losing a lot of money, and then they start saying investment is gambling, which is really not. So 2 years ago, when I got into investments, I did some research. I didn't do as much as I was supposed to do, but I was actually able to make some nice gains. Now, this is something you guys can do yourself, although this is not financial advice. But when I was working, I was an auditor. This was right before I went to grad school in 2019 of August, I went to grad school. But from January of 2019 to August of 2019, I was an auditor for the state of Pennsylvania. So every paycheck I would get every 2 weeks, I would get about $1,800. And being young, I didn't really have much responsibilities. So what I did with that was I would take about $200 or $300, depending on my needs around that time, and I would just put it in the stock market. And over time, by the time August came, I had put in about $3,500, or it was about $3,000, and I invested in some growth stocks. I wasn't really taking any risk. I didn't really do all the research like I was supposed to do, like I said earlier, but I had some good resources. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and the companies I was looking at, I made sure to do some research on them. But like I said, not enough as I should have, but that's something that I'm really hoping to change this time around. But I invested about $3,000, and I kind of got out of investing because when I wasn't working, I was in grad school overseas in France, so I didn't have the money to really stay on top of it. And then, so I kind of forgot about it. And then, but in the end, I ended up making about an extra $1,500. So that $3,000 investment went from $3,000 to $5,500 without doing a single thing for over 2 years. Now, if you're somebody who has a job, chances are you're probably not investing. Chances are you're probably using your money for things that you don't really need, such as Jordans. Now think about that. How much is a Jordan gonna cost you, or how much is a Jordan going to make you in 2 years? It's not gonna make you anything. As a matter of fact, the value is gonna go down. All right. So if you take a $200 Jordan and you buy it in 2 years, that's not really gonna be worth much at all. But if you make a $200 investment, you have a good chance, if you invest in the right business company as well, you have a good chance of increasing that, your profits up to about 50%, 25%, 8%, 10%. You know what? Any percentage is good as long as you're going up, and you'll be going up if you choose the right stock. All right. So I was able to increase my portfolio to $1,500 without doing a single thing, just by picking the right stock. And actually, that stock was ELF, ticker symbol ELF, and that's just a beauty company. At the time I bought it in, it was around $11. Currently now it's about $28, and I bought 72 shares of those. So I made a lot of good money on that, and all the other stocks I invested in, except for about 2 or 3 of them, did really, really well. Some of them went up 50%. Some of them went up over 60%. But then again, I also had some losses in there, such as ACB. I lost about $600 on ACB, but because I invested in some good stocks, I was able to make some good money. So you may ask yourself, how can I start investing? Well, we have so many new resources out there that we can make use of. We have resources such as Robinhood, we have Webull, we have Fidelity, just to name a few. And there's so much more out there. Now, something that you guys can do if you guys don't even want to be an active investor involvement in the stock market, one app that I really did use was Acorns. Now Acorns is an app that basically you just link your card to it. Every time you spend, you buy, let's say for example, you buy a pack of gum for 35 cents. Acorns would automatically invest the 75 cents into your portfolio. So each time you spend your card, you don't really realize the money is leaving your bank account. Actually, by the time I took out the money from my Acorns account, because I was going through some financial hardships, I had about $1,100 in there over 2 years of, again, doing nothing. And Acorns was investing for me, and I was making some good money that way, just chilling around. Another good investment opportunity that's really out there right now are cryptocurrency. Like, oh my God, they're such a good opportunity to make a whole lot of money. But cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. Sometimes these things can go up to 2,000% gains, but then again, they can also go down all the way back down to the original price. So you can get into some coins, and you can see a lot of returns, but you have to understand how the market works. You have to study these things, and you have to do your research. Again, it's not really, none of this is a get rich quick scheme. It's really all about finding the right information and all these different sources out there that you can utilize and make yourself a better person and gain some financial freedom instead of having to work your whole life living paycheck to paycheck. You can put some money in an index fund, which is a very safe thing to do. Index funds usually see a return, a few percentage returns each year. I'm not sure how much, but I need to check that actually. I think it's about 2% or 2 to 8%, one of those things, and just an index fund alone. So that's a very good return on your money right there each year, instead of leaving it in your savings account where inflation really decreases the value of the dollar over time. For example, right now we're going through inflation because of all the stimulus checks that have been sent out. There's a lot of money circulating around, and the prices of things are going up. For example, if you go to the store now, if you want to buy food, like I know for sure when I came back to the States, which was back in January, I went to the store and I was just, buying food, and I'm like, holy crap, everything is so much more expensive than it used to be. And that's due to inflation because of the stimulus checks that have been out there. Okay, so this is actually something crazy to think about, all right? So I was talking about cryptocurrency just a little bit ago. Now think about this. Bitcoin came out in 2009. When Bitcoin first came out, you could have bought a few Bitcoins for $1. All right, if you would have put $16 in Bitcoin, I think at that time that would have gotten you about 20,000 Bitcoin. Right now, today, Bitcoin is worth $55,000 at this very moment, I believe. And just last week, it was around $62,000. So if you would have invested $16 about 10, 11 years ago, you would have been a billionaire by now. Not a millionaire, but a freaking billionaire right now. All right. So, and Bitcoin is still a great investment opportunity because it's constantly going up. I mean, it's very, very volatile, but you have to think about this. It went from under a cent to over $62,000 in just 10 years. That is a ridiculous amount. All right. So if you put money in Bitcoin, you never lost your money unless you sold low. All right. So, but if you are a long-term investor and you just kept your money in there, guess what? You've made a whole lot of money. So right now, I'm actually really looking into cryptocurrency myself. I'm really studying it. I'm getting into the market, and I'm invested in Bitcoin only about $400. But right now, my big player is Ethereum. I really believe in Ethereum. So right now, I have about $2,500 in there. So that's about 1.4 Ethereums, and Ethereum is expected this year to hit about $10,000. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's also fine with me because I'm a long-term investment. I'm not a trader. There's a difference between the two. A trader is somebody who's constantly trying to find the right trades, make the money, get out, sell, buy, and just keep accumulating that way. And that's something I'm getting into myself. But I just started a course on trading because I want to learn completely. I want to learn about the stock market, how everything works before I get into it, because self-knowledge is what it's all about, baby. But Ethereum is really something I'm really bullish on. I'm really excited about Ethereum, and I really think it can hit well. But if it doesn't, guess what? I'm in it for the long run, baby. So 10 years from now, I expect Ethereum to be about a good $30,000. So right now I'm just gonna keep accumulating every time Ethereum goes down. But I have some other altcoins as well. I have Cardano, I have VetChain. I'm just doing some research on all these. I'm just getting my hands on this right now, and I'm just trying to learn as much as I can, because I'm not trying to miss the boat, and I'm trying to retire by 40, be on a yacht, and, you know, be on the beach somewhere, and, you know, sipping on a martini or whatever. You know how I be. All right, guys, so, you know, the video ran a little longer than I expected, but if you watched it this long, please make sure to leave a like, please subscribe, because I'm gonna be bringing you guys a whole lot of different topics. I really just want to help, you know, I just want to help everybody, and myself included, because while I'm going through this, you know, posting these things, I'm learning myself. So I just want to help everybody just improve their situation. And I'm going to be coming out some videos such as the best resources you can use, such as the worst college degrees, the best college degrees, and some of the things you can do on your own self-investment to really help yourself make more money, get a better job. You know, just because, you know, let's say you go to college, you did a major, and it's not really a major that's really in high demand. There's so many sources out there that you can use to, you know, really, you know, gain some new skills, and you can go out in the workforce and become a person that's in high demand. All right, so again, that's it for this video, guys. Take it easy, and, you know, stay safe out there. Peace.